Hello and welcome to an extra dark episode of Driving Dialogue. Why is it so dark? Because of that pesky daylight saving shit that happened. Plus it's winter, so even though it's not even that late, it looks hecka dark. And it blows our tiny minds as humans. We can't handle it. A little darkness freaks us out. We're like, are you kidding me? How do you expect us to function normally as human beings when our environment has changed slightly? All day today, I'm hearing people tell me, oh, it's so dark now. It's so dark. Oh, it feels like bedtime. Boo frickety hoo. It's not even that big of a deal. Learn to be a vampire like me. Learn to love the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. That's Bane. Bane likes the dark. Be like Bane. You know, there's what would Jesus do, and then there's be like Bane. That's what I say. So, it's been a few days. I took a day off on Friday, and here we are, back again. Back again for more punishment, huh? Well, let me tell you, I had an okay Halloween. Went to the bar with a friend. There was supposed to be more friends, but they did not show up. So it was just me and this friend. And he wore a very elaborate costume that he worked very hard on. It was basically a full body suit made of like rubber, and he painted it. It was very elaborate, and it was nothing that anyone could recognize. So all night people were just like, what are you? What are you? And people would look at me because they can't see his face through the costume. So they're like looking to me like I'm his like helper. And I'm like, I don't know what he is. I'm telling them like, I'm explaining in a loud bar like, he's a writer. He created this original character. And they're like drunk, like what? And I'm like, he's a zombie thing. Because he was like a zombie thing. And people were like, oh, okay. And there was a costume contest, but I took off at least before the contest ended. Man, I gotta tell you, I don't drink. Not really. And if I do, I stop when I'm drunk. But my friend, he's quite a drinker. To the point where he was able to sneak in some free drinks in his costume. And it was hecka awkward drinking it at the bar while the staff's looking right at us. Like, they know, but they also don't care. Also because we've been kind of obnoxious all night, so they don't even want to deal with us. Because my friend who dressed up in this full costume, he was not shy about walking right up to strangers and making conversation with them. So I kind of tried to take his lead, and I tried to talk to women, you know. I ended up talking to a lot of older women. One older woman even, like, basically grabbed me, and I followed her to her group, and she was grinding on me, and she was well into her 60s, and I was like, I don't care. You know, the face is young enough, and the body is very young. She was a hot tamale. Her skin was soft, she smelled good, but like, she was like the town bicycle, you know? Like, everyone walked into the bar and was basically like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. So it felt like she was kind of a hoe or something. And like, also, I was obviously with her, you know, like I'm grinding on her butt. And then this butch lesbian woman comes in and just takes control. Just basically grabs her by the vagina and is just like, you're mine. And I'm just like, whoa, I can't compete with that without being sued. So, all right, I guess you win, butch lesbian woman, because society won't let me touch a woman in public the way you are right now. I'm not sure how you're getting away with this behavior, but I guess that's just because you're a butch lesbian. So I guess I'll just have to deal with it and let you win. Fine, you get the hoe. You get the 60-year-old hot blonde hoe. Fine. And I just walked away. And then I couldn't find my friend. And at this point, I'm very drunk. I'm stumbling around. Luckily, I'm dressed up as a pirate, so it kind of makes sense. So I go into the back where it's like outside, and I can't find my friend. And then I go back inside. Still can't find my friend. I go back outside. Still can't find my friend. And then this girl walks up to me, and she's like, "Stop stalking us!" I'm like, huh? What? And at this point, I'm just really drunk. I can't find my friend. So I'm just like, I just figured the easiest way to deal with this woman in my face accusing me of, like, being a predator, I was just like, okay, fine, I'll leave. And I literally left the bar. And as I was leaving, she's shouting at me more, Good, you get out of here, you creep. And one of the security staff is just like, whoa, what's going on? Why are you talking to him like that? And then she probably explained. I was out of earshot by this point. But man, I was so freaking drunk. It is a gosh dang miracle that no one died when I drove home. And I only drove home because this woman shamed me. She shamed me. And looking back, I should have stood my ground. I should have been like, no, what are you talking about? Leave me alone. I'm just looking for my friend. You're just weird and assume that I'm trying to, like, R-word you or something. Why? Just because I'm dressed as a pirate doesn't mean I'm going to behave like a pirate. But anyways, I was so drunk in my car. Everything was spinning. I literally focused my ass off. Like, I tried all my strength to just not crash that car. I never want to be in a situation like that again. I never want to drink and drive or drunk drive again. Holy crap, man. That was one of the stupidest things I ever did, and I only did it because of a woman shaming me. She shamed me out of the bar. What was I going to do? Sit in my car and just sober up? Yeah, probably should have. But I was like so drunk that not moving made me feel like I was going to vomit. So I was like, all right, if I don't want to vomit in my car, I better get going. And the worst part of the story is I drove home successfully, and then I drove drunk to the local fast food place. I ordered myself my favorite carne asada French fries. And then I got home, and in my drunken stupor, I just passed out drunk. And I woke up, and all that food was just rotting in my room, going to waste. And I was so bummed out by that. Even more so than my stupidity of driving home drunk, I was depressed that I wasted precious carne asada fries. Dear Lord. You know what? Even now, I'm still, like, bummed out about it. What a waste of money and precious food. There are starving people in this world, and there were just carne asada fries for 8 hours in my room, just rotting away. Precious carne asada, delicious carne asada fries. I love you, carne asada fries. I'm sorry I mistreated you. I'll never do it again to you, you precious, beautiful thing. You angel of food. And like literally that same day, because I lost my carne asada fries. By the way, it was like the worst hangover of my life the next day. I literally like barely felt alive. Even after my coffee, I was awake, but also not awake until I had my coffee. And even after I had my coffee, I was just like, fuck, I should have got another coffee. Because my God, was I hungover. And I went ahead and got me another order of carne asada fries, except this time I actually ate them. But still, it makes the drinking not worth it when you feel so bad. Like, And like usually in my life, the next day I feel bad. This time, it was like the second, even the third day after I drunk that heavily, that I still kind of felt like crap. And I was like, oh man, we're at a point in our lives now where the hangover is not just a one-day event. I mean, granted, the hangover might not have been as bad if I actually ate the precious carne asada fries before I went to bed, and if I had like at least 2 glasses of water. But I didn't do any of that, man. I was so drunk that I just was happy I accomplished the goal of not killing anybody, including myself, and then out of victory and drunkenness, just passed out in my bed. Woo! Never again. Never again. I'm not supposed to drink. But you went to a bar, so what'd you think was going to happen? I don't know. I guess I thought I was going to have a few drinks, but Lord, I probably had like, not even kidding, at least 6 drinks that night. And what was my drink? Vodka and Coke. And I saw them pour it one time, and I was like, oh, that's why I'm so drunk. They pour pretty heavy here. But it was still good. Worst part of the night was one of the drinks my friend snuck inside of his costume that we drank was like a wine cooler. And I like champagne, Chardonnay, but I'm not much of a red wine cooler guy. If you like it, that's fine. I won't judge you, but not for me. It just tastes like bad juice. So that's just my opinion. Oh yeah. Other news. Right now, as we speak, I'm driving home, but we're going to end the podcast when I get to Fair Oaks Boulevard, because I'm actually going to keep going to the next exit, because I'm on my way to rehearsal for a musical. That's right, your boy got cast inside of a musical. Did he audition? Nope, I didn't audition. And that's why it's all the more important for me to actually do this musical, because this is completely based off of a connection through a friend. I got the hookup through a connection through a friend. We acted together many years ago, probably over 10 years ago now. So we haven't seen each other in a very long time. And, you know, no pressure, right? No pressure. You haven't seen someone in like 10 years. No pressure. I better be charming, funny, and entertaining, and good looking, because I haven't seen this man in like 10 years. So I gotta make up for lost time. I gotta be worth the wait. I gotta be a quality individual. Which reminds me, I'm thinking I'm gonna stop by Starbucks on the way home and pick myself up another little coffee, because like I said, I want to make a good impression, and I'm a little tired, but the coffee will perk me right up. Let's see. All right, a few more exits. I'm gonna get my coffee. Even though it's the middle of the night, I'm still gonna get my coffee. I literally lost a girl I was talking to online because I drink coffee in the evenings. That was enough reason for her to stop being interested in me. That's the funniest thing about online dating, man. It's like one thing on your list, and pooey, all possibilities of a relationship are gone. What? I don't think that used to be the case. I think your grandma and your grandpa probably had 100 things they disagreed about, yet they still fell in love. Riddle me that. Methinks you ladies are being a bit too picky these days. What's my proof? Well, I recently talked to a woman who said to me, just so you know, I don't like dogs, and if your dog sleeps in your bed, that's game over. And I was like, huh, well, Sorry. My dog sleeps in my bed. Sorry. I mean, can you really call yourself a good dog owner if you don't let your dog sleep in your bed? That seems so very mean. It seems to me like you don't actually want an intimate, loving connection with your pet if you don't want to sleep with your dog. Your dog wants to sleep with you, you animal. That's right. I'm talking about how you take care of your dog, and I'm calling you an animal. You're a bad person if you don't let your dog sleep in your bed. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, but this is just one of the rules, man. If you don't let your dog sleep in your bed, you're a bad person. But my dog's dirty. Then wash your bed. Easy fix. Wash your bed. You should be washing your bed anyways, you freak. What a weird excuse. My bed will get dirty. What, you think your bed doesn't get dirty when you use it? Are you so immaculately clean? Are you so much better than a dog? I mean, that's how it is. Like, there's just people that really don't think of dogs as high on the food chain as I think they deserve to be. A lot of people, I don't know, they see a dog as on par with a hamster or something. Some people just view a pet as a pet. No, not me. For me, dogs, even cats, if they're mine, they're my family. That's my daughter. That's how I refer to my dog. She's my daughter, my dog daughter. I love her. And I treat her well. And she sleeps in my bed. If anything, it's more her bed than my bed, in fact. And that girl that's like, it's not gonna work if your dog sleeps in your bed. I was like, sorry, dog sleeps in my bed. And then she was like, oh, so what, you don't clean your room? And I'm like, wow, that's kind of rude. But anyways, I was like, yeah, I clean my room, but if you talk to anyone else that owns a large dog, then you'll understand that there's more dog hair than oxygen in our lives. And she LOL'd that, but I just don't think she got it, man. And I just think if you don't own a large dog, you don't get it. You don't get it. So I guess I'm looking for a girl who either has had a large dog before or has a large dog currently, because apparently there's I don't know what the word is. There's a cognitive dissonance. There's an unconnection. And I don't know why I can't think of the word, but I just can't get along, I guess, with people that don't get it. And if you're going to complain about my dog's hair, sorry, it's not going to work. Because if you have a large dog, and maybe even if you have a small dog, but I can tell you from experience with a large dog, it don't matter how often I vacuum, there's still going to be dog hair. Okay? So if you don't like dog hair, then you're not going to be able to date somebody that has a dog. Sorry. And a lot of people have dogs, so that's kind of a weird requirement on your looking for a mate. Because, like, I don't love cat hair, or better yet, I don't love cat shit and cat piss. I think it smells even worse than dog piss and dog shit. I hate that shit. Of all the shits, cat shit's probably some of the worst. But would I still date a girl who had a cat live in her bedroom with a litter box in her bedroom? Yes. Actually, I would. I would. Because I can look over some things. Whereas it seems like a lot of the people that I meet online, they're shopping. They're not dating, they're shopping. They think, oh, I need to buy something that's exactly what I'm looking for. Well, guess what? There's no such thing, okay? There is no such thing as a perfect partner. You guys need to fucking get over that shit. There's no Prince Charming. I mean, Wow, the gym's open. I've never seen that gym open. It's tiny and it's full. I wouldn't want to go to a gym full of people. I used to work out at 24/7 whatever Snap Fitness, and I would go at 3, 4 in the morning and there'd be no one in there. Oh, I gotta order my Starbucks.
Hello, hello, hello. What thing you going for, Yana?
Hi. Can I get a venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew?
Well, with that attitude, sure.
I'm sorry.
Venti. I meant that was good.
Good attitude. Okay.
Because you returned my energy.
Yeah,
so
I was trying to
of course
match you.
Yeah. Venti, vanilla sweet cream cold brew. Anything else?
That's it.
Perfect. $5.75.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. I don't know why I said bye. Bye, I'm gonna see you in a second. And I can't pay with my Starbucks app because I'm filming with my phone right now. So I lose these points. I hope you're happy, Internet. I hope you're happy, podcast people. I lost $5.75 worth of Starbucks stars because of this podcast. Hello.
Hi. There it is. Okay. Oh, you're in the park. Let's see, they'll take you down there at the bottom. I'm not allowed to touch those. Perfect. Would you like a straw?
No, thank you.
Okay. There was one time this thing broke.
Yeah.
We had to take people's like phones and cards and then like the contractor.
No, thank you.
Wow. And that was, oh, you said yes.
Yeah.
And that was on the water.
Yeah, sounds like it. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sweet nectar of the gods. Sweet nectar of the gods. She was nice. We got off on the wrong foot or something at first. Because she was like, hello, hello, hello. And I was like, hi, hi, hi. And she's like, whoa, with that attitude. And I was like, oh, shit. Fuck, I didn't mean to hurt barista feelings. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, barista. And then she's like, oh, no, I meant with that attitude. It's good attitude. And I was like, oh, thank God. I was just trying to do what you did. I was reflecting. I was mirroring. I like to mirror. I like to give back what people give me. You gotta give love to receive love. And I gotta tell you, I've lately given a lot more than I've received. Like, especially at the bar on Halloween when I was drunk as sin. I walked up to so many girls and was like, hi, you're really beautiful, like your costume. Can I get your number? Can I get your Instagram? And this one girl was thankful, but she pointed to this other guy. Oh, that's my husband over there. Sorry. And the dude was dressed up as a woman for Halloween. Which, in this day and age, I wonder how appropriate that is. But, he was in drag. And I'm like, God damn. So the guy in drag can get a girl, but I can't. Great. What am I supposed to do? Put on a dress? Is that what the ladies want? If I dress up as a girl, will you date me then? Because I'll frickin' do it. That's how lonely I am. That's how desperate I am for affection. Oh, side note, that 60-year-old woman was rubbing her butt on me, and it felt good. That 60-year-old butt felt the same as any other age butt. I miss that grandma. That gilf. If only that butch lesbian didn't take her away from me. I might have had a gilf. I might have been with a woman who had an AARP card. I might have been able to get her the senior discount at breakfast in the morning. I might have gotten to make love to her on one of those beds that's like able to adjust, like. You know what I mean? I don't know. I might have had to take off her panties and her diaper. You know what I mean? But I would have been fine with that. Because between you and me, I'm a janitor at a school, and I work with a lot of teachers, and they're starting to rub off on me, if you catch my drift. I'm starting to look at some of these teachers like, you know what, you're an older woman, but you're kind of attractive, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Gilfs, the lot of you. But then I wonder, am I actually finding these older women attractive, or do I just work with them? I see them all the time, and so I'm learning to be attracted to them. Makes you wonder. Because, like, if I was in a relationship and it was a happy, good relationship, would I still find these older women attractive, I wonder? I don't think so. I think I'm just so horny and lonely. Yeah. I gotta tell you, though, I'm hopeful that... excuse me. I'm hopeful that in the musical that I'm in now, there'll be some single ladies. I certainly hope so. But based on what I know about the show, it's kind of a woke show. You know, there's a lot of lesbians and homosexuals in the actual story of the musical we're doing. So I imagine that's going to be a lot of the cast as well. Nothing wrong with that. It's just I was hopeful for some cisgendered females that I could pursue. But we don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky in more ways than one. Well, what happened, folks? I ran out of things to say. I don't know what to tell you. But the good news is we're almost done. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because today's podcast, we're going to end when I get to the one of the next exits. Because I need GPS to find out where I'm going. Yes, I do. Because I ain't never been there before. I wonder how big of a space it is. I wonder how big the theater, the stage, the audience is. It's where we're going to actually perform. But eventually we're going to move rehearsals to downtown Sacramento. So that's great. Even further away for me. I'm already driving 30 miles. I guess I'll have to drive 40 when I have to rehearse in Sacramento. But the director is okay with how late I'm gonna be to rehearsals, which is crazy to me, but I get it. I've probably got a tiny little part. I'm probably just a dude for some of the chorus numbers. That's fine. It'd still be good to, like, do it. You know, because I might meet some people that are going to be talented, and you know, if anyone in my show sounds like the actual original recording, there's going to be some good vocalists in this show. If they're anything like the original recording, I love the music in the show, at least in the original recording that I heard. Hopefully, it's the right recording I listened to. I imagine it is. But it's actually a good music. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it. It's As You Like It, the musical. So it's Shakespeare's play As You Like It, but it got transformed into a musical. So that's cool. Well, here's the exit I usually take, which means I gotta get the GPS going now. So that'll be the end of the episode. Hope you had a good time. Hope you had a good episode, and I hope you have a good day.